And welcome back to Music Free Gaming. I hope you're having a fabulous day. It is a beautiful, amazing, and hot Thursday, and you are beautiful, amazing, and hot as well. Hey, how's it going? I hope you're having a wonderful day. So we're gonna get into some Minecraft, and I think my plans have been changed very dramatically at the last minute. And it's a little bit crazy. Okay, so let's talk about what my plans were, and then we'll talk about why they're not going to work at all, because you know, having plans that work is too easy. So the plan was to take zombie critters. Okay, here, let's go over to this side where I actually have the redstone set up, right? So the idea was that I would take like a villager or a camel or something, drop them down into a water stream down here using geysers, which admittedly aren't in the game yet, but bear with me for a minute. They'd hit the geysers, would be launched up here, and then a water stream would push them over to this door, which would then open when I wanted to and drop the critter here in the happy little observation cell. Okay, this is lovely. Okay, no, seriously, it's a wonderful plan, except, and it's that except that has basically killed this whole plan. Okay, it's unfortunate. So here's the thing. This is an ocean monument. I know it doesn't look like it right now, but it is in fact an ocean monument. And if I do, let's see, I believe it's this button. No. I forgot what it was. Let's take a minute. Well, actually I think HC structures. We're going to turn on the structure rendering. Okay. And I believe if we pop out, is that on? No, hang on. I'll get it. I'll remember how this works. Biome border. I remember things, except that I don't. Structure. Come on, structure. Okay. Overlay structures. That one. All right. Sweet. So I believe, is that? No. I can do this. I can do this. I have the technology. Totally have the technology. Structure. I don't know. Why isn't it here? It's definitely a thing. It should be all the thing. Okay. Man, I can't find it. Anyway, so it should be here. All right. Anyway, we'll just not worry about that, right? Right? Because that's totally a thing that's... Oh, actually, you know what it is? I probably don't have... I forgot to update the server component that I need. Okay. So you're only slightly late. That's all right, HRS. That is just fine. So here's the problem. Right. Okay. So basically I'm in an ocean monument going down to actually basically this floor level, and then all the way up to sea level. That's all the way up to, you know, here, right? The edge of these wedges. And inside the main square, that's the ocean monument. Which means if there's water anywhere in this area, guardians are going to spawn. Okay? And that does not make me extra happy, okay? Just saying. Not totally thrilled with that. So, yeah, spiky fish friends. Yeah. Except the spiky fish friends will spawn in there and just bounce around and be stupid. Because what will then happen if I go with my original plan, they won't spawn in the water down here. So I don't have to worry about them spawning in the geyser. But they would absolutely spawn up here. So the geyser would be too low. Because basically, where that soul sand is, that's the bottom of the structure. Okay? So anything below that, that's why I can use water for the sorting system and all that stuff. Because this floor, right, of course, now I'm standing on it, but this floor right here is the bottom of the ocean monument structure. So anytime I place water down, anywhere above this and up to sea level inside the base, there's a chance that we're going to get things. Would they spawn in waterlogged blocks? No. But no, but the water won't flow on waterlogged blocks. Right? So if I put down slabs or stairs or something, see, the mobs would flow up here onto the scaffolding, which, well, it doesn't matter. They would spawn in a source block that would be back here. And I think they spawn in, I don't think they need source blocks. I think they can spawn in just regular blocks. All right, we're going to test this. We are absolutely going to test this. Let's go get some stairs. I guess I have slabs on me, or trapdoors. That would be fine too. I might have to adjust this a little bit to get the water in the right place. Okay. All right, let's hop there. Up there and find out. Also, I should probably get some water. We are going to go through the hydration portion of the stream, and today, let's see, do I still have this water? I do. Okay. Because, yeah, this is definitely a concern. Because what I would have to do, is fall down, but I'd have to block this side up. Yeah. Dehydration is the name of the game. Gotcha. Given that I'm drinking a soda right now, I'm kind of apparently in the same boat. Okay, so the idea here is that we scaffold. Okay. All right, so let's say we have trapdoors here. Those are not. Okay. All right, so then this would go across that way. And the idea is that we open this up, and I want the water to flush to here. Okay. So that the mob will definitely get pushed all the way into the holding area. All right. Now, with that in mind, I guess I can leave that there like that. Let me step out of the way because I have to be 24 blocks away, right? Because that's the spawning distance. Yeah. Which is going to be over here. And then we'll see what we will actually see the guardian end up in the holding pen. Because it would spawn and then get pushed down because they don't fight the water. I mean, they might fight it, but the water will push them. Unlike squid, which can swim against the water, yeah, the guardians would totally do the thing. And I think to make this a more obvious test, we're going to step out here for a minute. And we're going to jump up this way. And then just pop all the way up to the AFK spot. This will ensure that we'll get maximum spawnage. Yeah, squids are dumb enough to swim out of the water. Yeah, that's totally true. All right. So let's free cam down here now. Okay, that's the farm. No, the AFK spot is fine. In fact, let's see, do I still have that? Oh, I don't have the shape anymore. But if I add a despawn sphere based off of where I'm standing. Okay, set to player. Yeah, see there, so this big pink area, that's the despawn sphere. So anything inside that has the possibility of spawning based off of whatever the spawn rules are. And then down here, that's the wrong place. That's also wrong. Over here. There we go. Yeah, see, we're still inside the pink area. There's the bottom of it. So we would have squid spawn here. So yeah, so if this works, then, right, if those trapdoors work, then I just have to block it so things only go up where I need them to. Sorry, I just had a weird thought, and that happens. I'm weird, and I have thoughts, and so by definition, the thoughts are weird. You know, it's just how it works, okay? But I'm also not seeing squid. Or spiky fish. Right? The guardians are not spawning here, so that actually is a good thing. You might have just saved the whole plan here, HRS. And that would be awesome. And that means that I can go and do all the redstone, right? Okay, dokie. The dokie is okay. Okay, because we're... Yeah, no, it's good. Because we're definitely getting guardian spawns, right? They're making their way up. And then eventually dropping down into our happy little death pit. But the fact that we aren't getting any guardians here is a good sign, because they would absolutely have spawned there if they could. You know, I wonder... No, I couldn't put signs there. They would... that wouldn't work. But what I could probably do... Okay. So that worked. Yeah. Okay. Excellent. I like it. Too small to cut the spawning attempts? Maybe, but given how few spawning areas there are, it's all within those waterways and up here, probably okay. And I think what I can do is flip those up. And if I do that, then all I would need to do is basically run trapdoors maybe all up here, though I probably am going to have to block this off. Which is okay, Um, that's probably okay. I think it's okay. It just has to be big enough so that if I'm launching a horse or a camel or something, it will launch all the way up. And honestly, I don't know if the trapdoor would block a geyser. If it does, then we'd have to use solid blocks. If it doesn't, then I would just load the side up with trapdoors and we'd be good to go. Okay. Well, that's definitely a thing. Okay. Sweet. Leave a waterlogged block somewhere. Yes. Any huggable spiky fish spawn. So yeah, so I'm just going to leave that water there for now. If they do spawn, they'll get flushed into this area. So we will know for absolutely certain that they spawned. Because I'll be too close for them to despawn. And nothing here is going to kill them. And they don't die if they're outside of water. So yeah, so that's definitely going to be a thing. Okay. Yeah, I just want to make sure those are both running. Yep. Okay. Sweet. All right, so if that's the case, then let's meander over here. And let's figure out what's going on down here. So basically what I'm going to have to do is we're going to come out this way, and then we have to go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks into the wall. Okay, which we can do. And then we have to go down a couple of blocks. Just 2, as long as I don't do a camel on this side. I could do a horse or a villager or something else, but not a camel. Because camels are like 3 blocks tall. They're taller than 2 blocks. But this should be a thing. So let's do a thing here. Okay. All right. So what I want to do is yeah, I'm going to have to dig some stuff out, but I need to be sure this is all dry. So let me get some temp blocks. I think I have dirt. If not, I have stone. The camels do have a bigger step up height. That is also true. Yeah, the dirt's going to be fine. You know, actually, I'm going to use stone. All right. I had a reason. I don't know what it is, but I'm sure it was a good one. All right. So what we're going to do is pop up this way. And I just want to put down a little bit of a water barrier here. So that if I do end up pouring water down, I don't wash out all of the redstone I've got going on over there. This way. Yeah, honestly, this is fine. So let's just, if I just block this off, at worst, we'd break that that torch. Okay. Okay, so that should be enough to keep the water in. So if it breaks that torch, that's annoying, but not that big a deal. All right, so what I need to do is dig out, what was it, about 5 blocks? Is it 5 blocks in? So there's the hole. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Aha! No, rails are not. You can waterlog rails. They don't wash away these days. It's great. They used to. But that is a... Okay, really? Did it? Where did it go? You know, it dropped somewhere. Oh, there it is. Okay. I thought I was going to be able to catch it, but I'm just going to set up a temporary block there. Well, actually, it could be permanent. I don't care. You waterlog them, they're still weak to flowing water. Yeah, no, these ones I think are going to be fine. Here, let me get some regular torches. Okay. All right, so as I said, I need to go back about 6 blocks. Yeah, see, that's what I wanted to stop. Fortunately, it did, so hey, we're good. All right, so if we're coming out this way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to have to come all the way out to about here. Okay, hang on. Let me turn the gamma on. That's just going to be easier for y'all to see. Okay. And then how high am I going to have to go? Oh, at least a couple of blocks here, so. All right, so this should be at least reasonably straightforward. I mean, it's possible I'm going to do something silly and break things, but, you know, that's always a possibility, so. Yeah, breaking things is definitely high on my list of things that I just do. Night vision potion enchantment would... Yeah. Stacking potions would be great. I understand why they don't, because they've got some... I don't know, there's some concern or other about PvP and stuff, but I don't know. Hey, Cole, how's it going over there on Twitch? Hope you're having a fabulous day. Okay, we're going to come in over this way. Now, again, I'm not 100% sure this is going to work, but because what I need to do is then figure out the water. Obviously, this will go back to being on this side, but I think I might be able to move it too. We'll figure that out. You're alive. That's a win. I'm doing okay. Have to work a little bit tonight, but otherwise, it's not bad. Okay. Okay, so we're going to bring this Blocko anti-water out this way. Because that's a good way of describing what's going on. Anti-water. It's like anti-matter, except without being quite so explodey. Alright. So, yeah, I'll want to double check these when I'm done, just to make sure I don't have any stone in the fuel line. That would be bad. Splash potion of harming ignores armor points, but protection still reduces it. So, you know, that's a thing. Yes, we'll just drop the harming grenade. That's how that works. It's almost 2 a.m. there. Nice. Okay, so... Alright, so we'd be coming out, again, it's 6 blocks. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'd be coming out this way. And then what I want to try putting in place... Because this part I knew would be fine. The part that's going to be awkward is the water. It's almost 3 a.m. there. Okay. Yep. Got to enjoy all the fun stuff out there in the Europe, Africa, whatever time zones. Oh, it's not even dark out. Okay. Must be up north. Some sort of Scandinavian fun, it sounds like. Russian, perhaps. Okay, so our first drop would be to here. Consequence of a donut-shaped Earth. Exactly. Exactly. Right, so the water would drop here. And then... in Sweden. Ah, shiny. Sweden is an excellent place. Need to be here for the hospital. Well, that's less fun. Hang on, I need to see where I need to cut this hole. Okay. Still no guardians in here, so that's a good sign. All right, so our hole up is basically... hang on, I'm sorry, I'm free camming and I'm totally lost. Okay. So basically 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we cut the hole. All right. Sweet. Yeah, that's what you can do. Yeah, that's... Where am I? Oh, up here. Okay, so this is that. Excuse me. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So our hole starts here. Okay, something like this. I think that's going to be the plan, right? How did I do that? Let's be at least mildly consistent here, shall we? So inside the wall. Okay, did I? What did I do? Oh, okay. Take this out. We got it, we got it, we got it. And then... You know, this would be easier if I just, you know, took a screenshot or something. But no, we're not going to do that. That would be silly. Okay. Glazed terracotta. Light blocks. Okay, and then this scaffolding sits on top of that wall there. Okay. So we come out this way. Okay, something like this. Right, and then the scaffolding sits here, like that. Windows shift. That would work if I were running Windows. Does that make sense? Is that where that... All right, hang on. We're going to do the thing. Okay, so the front of the hole is actually at that front thing. Okay, that makes sense. So right here. All right, so cool. So our scaffolding comes across this way. Well, something like that. Okay. Yeah. Yes, I do run Linux. I am, in fact, running Arch Linux because I hate fun or something. Righto. So that goeth thusly. I need some glazed terracotta. Which... No, I like Arch. But I freely admit I am weird like that. Did I put all of the glazed terracotta away? I must have, because why would I want to have more glazed terracotta out? Okay. Okay. There it is. And we're using magenta, because why not? I know I had more terracotta than that. Wonder where I left it. Alright, well, that's fine. We're fine. Everything's great. He's peachy. Okay, so we've got our terracotta here because of course we're going to have slime blocks that will do things. Right. We got sea lanterns, and then doesn't matter. Filler block. Okay. All right, so this is come up this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. So that is correct. So again, in theory, once we get geysers, we'll be launching mobs up through the scaffolding, and then they'll get flooded over that way. Okay, so great. So what I need to make sure of here then is that I can get water over this way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Down here, 2. We're not going to be able to do it. We're not going to be able to do it because we can't get the scaffold. There isn't room for the geysers here. Yeah, unfortunately, because we'll have this redstone in the way here. Yeah, because obviously these chests are in the way. I have to dig down. Yeah, because I would need 2 water sources, is what we calculated, plus the thing and plus the thing. I could do it without the step down. Maybe. All right, so we're coming down in this hole. So yeah, all of this is in the way. See, I would have to put dispensers here, right? So I could dispense lava, because it has to be lava sources underneath the sulfur, whatever the smelly sulfur blocks are. So I'd have to dispense lava sources on top of these chests. We'd have to have the sulfur would have to sit at that level. Okay, which puts it there. And then we would need the water on top of it. Yeah, there isn't going to be room here. Okay, so the straight plan isn't going to work, okay? Because they're just all of this stuff is in the way, which is okay. So where's the, hang on, I need to see. So this column is at 5266. 5266 puts us at where is it? 5266. Okay, right there. Huh. Time to go, Pride. So, all right. 56 and 8404. 8404. Okay, so basically right through here. Yeah, okay. So that's where that outside pillar sits. Okay, so maybe what I can do. So we're gonna have the sticky pistons going all the way out to here anyway. All right, so our mobs will drop and they'll flow over to this. Okay, we're coming in. We are underground here. Might be a longer move, but I might be able to make it work if I flush them over here, bring them up this, maybe up over this way inside a box that doesn't exist, but eventually will. And then bring them over this way. That's a thing. I could probably make that happen. It's just going to be a matter of getting all of the water to flow in the right way. So if they drop this way, right, so they flood over this way down into something there. We'll have to do a little bit of tidying up or something. Yeah, it will absolutely have a purpose. Right, so the idea here is they'd flush this way. I can flush them underground until we hit this area here, which I'll have to sponge out. That's going to take a while. Okay, but basically here. Okay. Because, yeah, you know, sponges are great, but they're really slow. Okay, so we would have to come inside that. Okay. Yeah, flying machines can do it. Well, flying machines can. I just don't like to use flying machines if I don't have to. Because flying machines get stuck. And as long as I'm... See, this will be fine. Water won't be an issue. Outside of here, water's not an issue at all. So maybe what I could do... If flowing water is not a problem. Okay, I'm going to have a bunch of redstone sticking out here too. So yeah, I'll have to whoosh them up and then over. And yeah, we'll have to do some magic with the water streams, but I think that can work. I don't have to worry about source blocks outside of this wall because that's the edge of the Guardian Ocean Monument. Okay. I think I see it. It's... Ah, that's not the right thing. I want to hang on to that sand. Okay. a little tricksy, but I think I can make this all happen. Okay, so we'll block that off. All right. Alrighty then. So that goes kind of like so. And then if we flush them across this way. Yeah, so once I'm past this this little stretch of wall, I'm okay as far as scary stuff happening. Okay. Yeah, so then I can wash them this way. Okay, and then I can bring them over. I'd have to drop down, but that's okay. And if I want to do this on the other side, which I kind of do. If I want to do this for that hole over there, we're going to have the same problem because obviously we still have the same furnace in the way. I didn't put this furnace here expecting to have to do a bunch of redstone and water streams above it, so we're going to make it fit. Okay, we are taking the Cinderella approach to water streams here, and we are just going to make it fit. Okay. Because now, if there's one thing I've learned from Cinderella, is if you can force your feet into the right size shoe, then the kingdom can be yours. Right? That's how that works. Okay, they're going to flush down. Actually, I should drop this down. I will almost certainly need a larger geyser, but that's okay. Okay, so we're going to come in. That's our water. Ah, cheese monkeys. I've now just washed out a heck of a lot of redstone. Darn it. Okay. Am I out of inventory? I am out of inventory space. That's just annoying. What do I have? Nothing. I have nothing. Okay. Well, that's just peachy. All right, hang on. I have to fix my furnace because this is actually important. Fudge. I don't know. I don't have room in there either. Okay, that should be. Except it's not. Right. All right, let's just dump the, I don't need the granite. We'll just drop that dirt. Okay. Grab all these hoppers and comparators and stuff. That's expensive hardware. Okay, did I get it all? Not quite. Okay. This isn't complicated redstone. It's just annoying that I have to redo it. Oh, okay. Okay, so there we go. All right, so let's go ahead and get our comparators put back. Come on, we can do it. We can't. We can't. Sorry, we can't. I'm too tall. Too tall, man. All right, so that goes right. All of that goes there. That's an axe. All right, so let's go ahead and grab our redstone dust again. Okay, and then this goes all the way across like so. All right, so we're coming from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Right. Like that. Maybe like that? No. I mean, that's should be fine, right? Absolutely. Look, the pick block feature of the Terraria is lacking. Absolutely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, that'll work. That will absolutely work. So in theory, we're just going to test this. If I put something here, that lights up. We have power, we have power, we have power. Minecart comes, picks up the stuff. Okay, and everything turns off. All right, good. That worked. That was annoying, but it worked. Okay. Sweet. All right, so let's head back up top and do something with stuff. A massive organ. Exactly. Exactly. So basically, I just need to know. I mean, all it's doing is detecting if any of those hoppers have anything in them. because what do oh, I hate it when I misplace a block and it ends up behind me. That's just annoying. Okay, so yeah, because all that system does is it just says, oh, is there something to pick up? And if there is, go tell the minecart to come pick it up. So nice, quick, easy. Okay, should be okay here. So then we flood this way. Okay, like so. All right, and I think we'll be okay right here. All right. Right, so that would fill in like that. And then we'll basically want to flush the mobs up here somewhere. Actually, we won't. We'll want them to end up on something where I can geyser them up. And then, you know, wherever I need them to go. So where am I here? This is 8404 and 8405. Oh, right freaking there. All right, I'm down. So basically, we're going to come into right here. All right. And then it's just going to be a matter of how high do I need this to go. But the answer to that is not very. Basically, I need to come up here to... I need to drop them at Y41. So I need to be at Y42. All right. So we're going to come up this way. The 42 is right there. Okay. Did I do it again? Okay, no, we're fine. I mean, I did, but we're safe. The rails stopped everything. We're fine. All right. Nice. So we're gonna flush everybody over this way. So what I'd really prefer is right here, I think. Except I can't be there because I've got the wall there, so. Anyway, so the cart keeps bouncing till they're all off. Yes, that's how that works. And then when it's done, once they're all off, the cart stops bouncing and comes back here to the slot right here. There's my stone. So that's how that works. And because now I have to be a little bit disciplined, right? But basically, if I'll never have more in this output chest that I put in because I'll load up this chest first, send it on its way, and then by the time that's done cooking, or I mean, that'll drop it all off, and then all of that will come back here. I just need to not put more items in this chest until this one comes back. But if I'm ever doing 27 stacks of something, I'm probably going to be okay waiting just a little bit. Okay. So let's figure out our water flow situation here. So basically, I need to bring this in. This is going to be a little bit funky. Because if I have a water source here, it flushes all the way off. Okay? Right. Parkour god. Not so much, but okay, so then this would have to come here. Okay, so if I do this right, I might be able to flush them a block higher. That would make some sense. Okay, hang on. If I flush them up a block higher, then maybe I can drop the water in such a way that they'll head over this way and I won't actually ever have a water source. Like I could push this up a block. Yeah. I think this will work. And I'm out of stone. I don't want to be out of stone. I have blocks to place. Turn the override back off. Okay. Yeah, no, this is going to make some amount of sense. Okay. And of course, I put the glass in there. That's wrong. Sand. All right. Yeah, that's totally a thing. Save some of that. All right. Let's figure out where this water's going to go, but I think this is going to be okay here. Probably. All right. So up we go. So we hop up this, whoops, hi. All right, so we'll end up dropping them onto a platform here. Okay, like this. And then hang on, I have to, yeah, do the same thing we did before, right? Where we've got our things to stop the water source blocks. Okay, so then our critters should then be able to wander or flow back down this way and everything should be great. At least that's the hope and dream. Okay, so that means we're going to have to flood out this way all the way to here. Okay, so something kind of sort of like this. All right, and do I have a sea lantern? I do. Okay. Cool. So now that's the idea. Is our water is going to kick in here. Okay, not down here. Right. Okay. Yes. Sorry, I'll just turn the gamma back on so we can see. Yeah, we'll do this. This is going to come out. I know I just put those blocks there, but I'm trying to think ahead a little bit, and sometimes I can do that. Okay, right, because we'll need the scaffolding there. Okay. All right, this will come out this way. Right, because we'll have this whole wall, right, that comes across like that. It'll actually be solid all the way up this way. I mean, I might do something a little more decorative, but for now, it's just going to be solid. Okay. Right, so this is going to come like this. Okay. And like this. Hack. All right. Cool. So our little happy little water dealy bob is going to happen here. Okay. And then oh, I'm out. Well, that's fine. It's fine. Everything's perfectly fine and dandy. All right. So yes, I will need water sources here that will flood across this way, and then everything will flood this way. I'll have to block this off so nothing swims up there, but we'll have, I have to put the redstone in place here. Right, so, cool, so that's the idea. Is then everything will then flood this way and down onto our happy little door down there. Okay, I can live with that. Okay, so then this would flood this way, and this goes over this way. Okay. Just like this. Okay, and then we merrily we float along, float along, float along. Okay, and this is going to have to come out here. All right. And then I'll have to dig out beneath here so I can do the stuff for the dispensers, right? So the geysers will do their thing, but that should work. The only difference between this one and that one over there is that this one will probably have to be a 3-block geyser, not a 2-block geyser. Which is fine. Which might mean I have to drop it down a little bit, because I'd like the geysers to push up right to the top. But I guess if they go up one more, maybe that'd be okay too. All right. Nice. So that's the master plan. So where are we at here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then, yeah, if I drop them down into the pool for the geyser, we should be okay. Too much oomph is never bad. Mostly, I would probably agree. Probably, perhaps. All right, so this should be a thing. Let's hang on. I need to double check what's happening over here, but. Right, so they drop, the pistons happen over here. Okay, so great. All right, so then I guess, right, because this would all come out, I think. Is that right? Does that come out? I thought, no. Yeah, so there's that. And yeah, of course, it would have to come out so that all of our flying machine goodness does goodness things. All right, cool. So that would come out that way, and then stuff happens here. And okay. All right. Well, I think I'm going to need more stone. Also, I think I just closed myself out of my base, so that's cool. Yeah, it's going to take a little bit of extra planning, but I think we can make this work. And if we can, that means I might be able to set up mob swappers in all of those cells. Probably. I said there are a couple of them that it's like that one, that side maybe not. Because there's just a lot going on with the track and stuff over there. But those are the ones I would put skeletons in, perhaps, and not or breeze or something that I wouldn't necessarily be swapping. Okay. Cool. So let's get up here. Add another. Oops. Add another layer of stone here. Yeah, breeze to blaze. Whew. Bringing a blaze in would be a challenge. Hi. How are you? I don't believe I asked to join your party. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and hop back in here. Goes away. All right. Yeah. All right. It's going to be tight, so I might have to adjust this a little bit more depending on what else is going on here. But if I have to pull this way and then over into this, right into this chamber here, that would be okay too. Right? Because as long as I'm not having to block the rails or stuff, it should be okay. Your car's extended warranty. Dude, my extended warranty is over. My car's from 1996, so, you know. Y'all missed your chance. Hey, Fox, how's it going? You're sweating a river. That's fair. Shouldn't have slain that drowned. Yeah. Ah, look. Plenty of stone. Alright, so... Cool. So this has a bunch of stuff I'm going to need. Probably should take a crafting table. Let's take the stone with me. It's 109 out there? Jeez, monkeys, that's insane. I was complaining because it was 85, so, you know, that's just too hot. All right, so let's see if I can deal with this. Right over here. Yeah, there is a gap between the roof. That makes sense. I'm not going to be using any one block high mobs anyway. Here, let's put this here. All right. Right, so this comes out. Okay, so now we're going to be bringing in stuff. All the stuff. Like slime and honey stuff. Yeah, endermite to silverfish. Yeah, that would be nasty. All right, so we're going to come this way. I'm going to be doing some jumping back and forth to make sure I've got this correct, but all right. Well, I don't have to worry about not getting in and out of there for the moment, so that's great. Okay, so while I'm pattern matching my redstone over there, have any of you played Hightail? I've been I just got a copy of it. I'm not entirely sure when I would play it, but I'm actually really curious if any of you have enjoyed the Hightails. Not yet. Okay. All right, so we're going to pull this out. Actually, I should have left that row of blocks in. I need pistons. I don't think I have pistons. Not the quantities I'm looking for, anyway. No. All right, let's go craft some pistons. Yeah, I got a gift card because you know, it's one of those fill out a survey, they send you a gift card, one of those types of things. So I did in fact fill out the gift card, and that was great. And I was able to cash in. Okay, great. Take this Visa gift card. We'll oops. I left my redstone box with all of my redstone over here. Anyway, so cashed in to get the gift card and then bought Hightail. Partly because I'm actually really excited to see where Hightail might be going. I think I talked about this a little bit on stream on Tuesday, but they hired the Create Mod devs. So it sounds a lot like they might be using Create Mod or something similar to it anyway. Oh, I need iron. Yeah, using something similar to Create Mod for their automation system, which would be really cool. What am I? Oh, iron. That's what I'm looking for. So I've been toying about with it, at least the thought of it. I logged in enough to say, oh, it turns out it does in fact run in Linux, and I was able to create a character. So, you know, that was the thing. Oh, hey, let's actually craft those pistons, huh? Okay, so that is not going to be enough. What am I missing? Wood. I am needing wood. Ah, this will work. Let's just grab some cherry wood here. It's available. It's not available on Steam. They do their own download thing. That's at hightail.com, I think it is. Okay, that should work. I am going to need some more. I have some slime on me, but I think I've got some actual slime balls here. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, let's go ahead and slime those up. That was not at all what I had in mind. I wanted to... All right, hang on. I have to undo my mistake. That was dumb. Okay, let's try this again. This time with feeling. Okay. All right, so let's get this redstone in place. All right, so the pistons are going to go here. Okay. I think I have to knock out this block right there. Yeah. Okay. Because I think I need redstone dust under that. Right? I think that's how that works. We can. Yeah. Redstone dust and then all the stuff. Okay. Where's my dust? Okay, so we're going to... That! Wrong block. Guess we're not going to do it that way. To place, right? Yeah, okay. Okay. Redstone's a little bit quieter. And I have my block sounds down anyway, but... okay. Alright, so we pop this out, and then that goes there, and then redstone goes there. And then this comes this way, and again with the redstone. Okay. Great. And now I'm probably gonna need to make something else. Probably observers. You know, that would make some sense. Okay, what do I have in the way of observers? 5! cool. That is absolutely not going to be enough. All right, well, let's take our quartz and our... Oh, I've got all sorts of stuff to get. One of these days, it might be nice to actually have all the materials I need. You like redstone contraption going ka-ching cling? Right, yes. But for machinery that doesn't spam the sound. Yeah. Yeah, see, that's one of those things I have a number of resource packs that turn down the sounds of... Right now, I've turned down the sound of chests because this room is loud otherwise. Turns off pistons, turns off... Mostly turns off all of those sounds. Just because it's loud and obnoxious. Okay. That is not going to be enough. All right, observers. There we go. That might be enough. Hope that's enough. All right, so those things, yeah, we may have to do some adjustments to fit around the redstone here. So, all right, so those look down at repeaters facing into those blocks. Okay, which obviously I have repeaters. I do actually. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put them all on one tick. Okay. And then these things are paying attention to that, which means I have to place them the other way. Okay, that's cool. Right. Right. I can do it. There we go. Yeah, just the right amount. We got it. Okay, so those all face this way. Yeah, I'm going to have to move this water stream a bit, so that's fine. We'll make it work. Yeah, scripted. That's right. That's right. Yeah, they're on to me. Okay. All right, so... Right, so that goes there. Okay, and then I need the glazed terracotta above redstone. And I'm going to need more repeaters, so it's not that scripted. Especially because I've already forgotten what I was looking at. Okay, so behind these repeaters, okay, we'll do more redstone. Okay, and now I need the terracotta, which is going to go right back, right on top here. All right. Yes. Yes. Okay, and then we slap in some stuff there. Okay, and this is where now I have to craft more repeaters. Why do I feel like I'm too close? Am I too close? Do I have to rebuild this whole thing? Repeaters and then redstone dust. Oh, no. Might be too close. Because the repeaters would go there. This would go... Oh, hang on. Look! Okay. So that would go there. This happens like that. Obviously, that's broken because of the powering of the rails, which I would have to move, which I can do that. That's fine. But over here, the redstone dust is, in fact, on the wall. Okay. Which means I would have to drop them down one more block here. Okay. Still might be out of space here. Okay. Right, so I would have to drop here. Okay. And as long as they don't, or they're not smaller than one block, maybe that'll be okay. Can I shift the double piston extender back one block? Yes. Yes, I think I can. I mean, it's just a little bit of rebuilding, so that's not a horrible thing, but okay, so that would have to be there. All right. Right, so I would have to come back this way. Okay, turns out. Okay, so that's gonna have to go like so. That comes out here. Turn that on so y'all can see. Sorry about that. Okay. And hopefully, yeah, see, I was smart. I blocked the water. We're not flooding out my contraption anymore. Yeah, because each slice, it's going to be, right, it's 2 hay bales plus however much honey. So we are well within, plus the extra piston, but we're well within piston push limits here. So yeah, we should be okay with that. So what I need to do is, right, so all of this comes out. All right. Let's just put a temporary set of blocks there. Yeah, all of that will come out too. So let's go and take all of this out. Okay. The pistons, which I did not pick up because of sand-related reasons, I'm sure. Okay. Right, so that goeth thusly. Okay. Got it. All right, cool. So now we do this again. Hopefully this time. For the first time, for the last time. Okay. Right, we're good. I think we're good. I think we're good. Okay. Where am I? There I are. Haha! Yeah. Inventory enchantment for leggings would be nice. I would have. So basically you have cargo pants? Is that how that works? It's like, yes, we just get pants with bigger pockets. That's all we need here today, Mojang. Yeah. Yes, you get level 1, level 2, and level middle-aged man. That's how that would work, right? Okay, so this all comes out. Goes back here. Okay. Go ahead and extend our pushers here. Okay, now we take our handy dandy blocks. Oh goodness. Right, is that is where that goes, right? No, that's not what goes there. It's the observers that go there. Okay, right, because the observers are watching this stuff. That's not quite how that works. All right. No. Okay. We'll get it. I mean, we may never get the observers in the right place, but or facing the right direction or anything like that, but you know, we'll kind of sort of do that. All right. So we get terracotta in place. Looking at the repeater. Did I? Oh, I did do them wrong. You're right. Thank you. All right, well, fine. We'll let chat be right this time. But, okay. All right. All right, so again, the terracotta goes in place. Yes, I'm going to be sort of obnoxious about it, make it all go in the same direction. Okay. All right, so this comes out after I stop swimming. I don't care what Dory says, I'm not going to keep swimming. Dory doesn't control me. All right, well, definitely going to be having to put a bunch of stuff back, but that's okay. All right, so we're pushing this back here, and now, right, it's the repeaters that I don't have. So let's do something about that. All right, I'm probably going to need some redstone torches, some redstone, some smooth stone. Okay. All right, so up we go. And now we put the, wow. All right, well, geez, monkeys, how do I do this? Okay. And I don't remember if those have to have a delay on them. No, we're good. Okay. Okay, so that can go there. And then we drop down. Right. Okay. Okay, so then we drop down like so. All right, so I suppose we should actually test this, right? I don't always test my code, but when I do, it's in production. Okay, so well, that looks nice. Okay. Then we flip it off. And then we flip it on. And we flip it off. All right. Good. Now that I'm done flipping off my redstone, this is doing great. All right, so now we want to fall down here. That's cool. All right, so what do we have? Add the hay bales and watch it not work. Yeah, do I have the hay bales here? Doesn't look like I have the hay bales there, so we'll have to go grab some. Figure out where I put them. Okay. All right. Hay bales. I'm going to keep that lever. That's a useful lever. All right, so let's double check first of all. Where did I put some here? Or do I just drop them back in the bulk storage? Okay, we'll need more hay bales than that. Fortunately, I've got a couple. So, you know, we're doing okay on the hay bale front, y'all. Turns out the hay bale farm works beautifully. Oh, I should do this from up top. Okay, so we now hay bale. You know, I should probably extend it first, huh? Okay, yeah, so this should be fine as far as all of this goes. Okay. Because the hay bales aren't going to catch on anything. Hay is notoriously notorious for not getting stuck in things and stuff, right? That's just how hay works. Okay. They drop. And they're back. Okay, cool. So now we're dropping down to here. Okay. Let's move the shulker boxes. All right. And yeah, so this should be, will this be okay? You know, let's just, I wonder if I can just bring that over there. That, I think that's going to be a little simpler. Right? Am I thinking correctly? Probably not. All right. Okay, so we're gonna come over this way. Just basically. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can drop down one. I can drop down one, but then I actually am gonna have to turn. So. Okay, being able to find needles, yes. All right, so we are coming out here. Let's hang on. Let's be sure my redstone is safe before I kick through that wall. Yep. All right, so if I want to come through here. How can I do that? Well, that's actually a definite maybe. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That block's too high. 2. Okay. Not really then, huh? Okay, because I can't go any lower than this because the track is in the way. All right. That's fine. It just means I am going to have to turn. We'll just turn right here. And that's fine. That is just peachy. Okay, so we'll turn this way. Okay. And that'll work. We'll be out of the way of the redstone. At least, I think. Yep. We're out of the way of the redstone on this side. Yeah, and I think my plan was actually to have the controls on the inside here, so that might not work. I'm gonna have to I'll have to play around to see what I can do with more consistent controls, but okay. But whatever I do, we'll flush over to this, and then we'll come over here. So that'll work. Let's go ahead and. Oh, is that all the? That is in fact all of that I have. Okay. That's okay. Yeah, I'm just going to brute force our water removal here. Come on. Come on, water removal is fine. It's great. Everybody should do it. At least at some point or other during the day. Should worry about removing the water. Okay. Am I okay with that? Oh, right. I think the, I think the, scaffolding is waterlogged. Which is, I don't, that was, oh, I was going to say, that was weird, but no, it's not weird. That's actually just how that works. All right. But yes, the scaffolding was waterlogged, so we're going to fix that. All right, nice. All right, so then that flows this way, and then it flows this way. This is turning out to be really messy. Not overly surprising for anything I've built, but okay. And then we've got another double piston extender to do over here. Right. But okay. And I think that block, we'll have to do something with that. All right. Cool. Other than the fact it's really wet back there, this is working out great. Where did I put that box? It's down here somewhere. That or it's in my inventory. Yep. Hey, look, it's in my inventory. Actually, I want to use this one because that's the one that has all of the stone in it. Okay. Cool. How am I doing anything at all? Alright, so cool. Yeah, so we're gonna have to kick out here. Again, a few blocks. Probably another 5 or 6. Right, I don't remember how many it's going to do. Let's not guess. Let's just count. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, because this one isn't as involved, right? Okay, so from here, we're coming out this way. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's going to be good. Something like that. Yeah, okay. So yeah, so that should be a thing, I think. Oh, speaking of things being a thing, just because I keep forgetting to add it to the bot. But yeah, if you're wanting to go shop at on the Minecraft Marketplace for Bedrock, there's a link in the description here on YouTube where you can click on the thing and I get, you know, some trivial amount of kickback on it. So you know, it's a thing. All right, so we are going to start this. Okay. Right, because that goes like this and like that. All right. And I left my redstone box down here, which is awesome and easy to get to. Okay. No, we're good. Everything's great. All right, so we need our pistons and repeaters and observers and probably other things, but like a lever. A lever would be great. I should think long and hard about a lever. You know what? I'm going to make 4 levers just to get that cobblestone out of my inventory. Okay. And now I'm lost. Okay, so we're gonna come up here and do things. Am I? Jeez. You already have actions and stuff, and Bedrock variant of RL Craft. You know, I saw somebody was also doing. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought I saw somebody had actually managed to port Create Mod over to Bedrock, which is just awesome, but also sick and wrong. So, yeah, there's all sorts of fun stuff there. All right. Yeah, I don't know if the devs were part of that process, if they wrote it or somebody else with their approval wrote it, but I'm not even sure it's actually there, and I'm just maybe hallucinated it in a fit of something or other, but okay. Hopefully I didn't flush out any important redstone or something. Okay, so that's going to go there. You know, one of the things I'm kind of hoping at this point is that I will have built these double piston extenders often enough that I will actually remember how they work. I will be able to build one again when I want to. Okay. No, that should be dust. This one should be, yeah, the repeater. Grab our observer, looking down, because observers just look down on everybody, because that's just, observers are jerks like that. Okay. All right, and then, is that right? Hang on. I am confused. Okay, yeah, and then just the dust under the thing. Okay. Cool. So now, theoretically, okay, so that pushed not at all what I needed. Okay, cool. What did I do? They're magic. You'd be thinking to make a next level piston extender. Yeah. Repeater, and then that sits under there. Oh, okay. And then I turned. That's why it makes sense and stuff. Gotcha. I think we're gonna take this way. Okay. All right, I've already forgotten. It's been more than 5 seconds. It's beyond the limits of my memory. Okay, so there's redstone dust under that, and then we are pushing into. Okay, I see what's going on. Okay, redstone dust goes there. We block there, and then we repeater here, and then. Okay, and then we double piston closed, and other than the fact that I've now pulled in some blocks I shouldn't, that's working great. And I can't get in and out, but you know, that's a okay. All right. All right, all right. I think we've got this. Oh, we're going to have to build like 8 more of these. That's a little bit crazy, but... All right, so we need to... Right, that needs to be a thing. This needs to be a thing. Okay, and then eventually I'll probably fill in something up here, but everything should then flush over and down and be all happy and stuff. Okay. I got it, I think. Need to get some water to be sure everything is flowing correctly. Again, I don't have to worry about water sources out here. That's outside the area of the farm. What I am going to need is... I'm going to need fence gates. I mean, this could be a sign. But I'm going to need a fence gate here. So the water stops. Well, I guess it doesn't matter if the water stops. As long as it flows correctly, I guess it'll be okay. Let's go get some more water. Buckets. All right. Uh-oh. I've managed to screw up my water source. There we go. Okay. No, we're good. Everything is great. I totally know what all's going on. We're not at all confused. It's just... It's almost as if by magic, everything is going to work. All right, so if I were to put a water bucket there. Okay, so that flows, it actually flows too far, which is fine. I can stop it right there. Okay, I'm sorry. I just need to be sure. Oh, okay. Cool. No, that's just peachy. All right, cool. So that definitely works. And then water there. Yeah, I'll need another bit of water right here, but I think this is going to work out okay. Except I do need another sign right there. Okay. Yeah, because the water is bouncing. The water is doubling up here, which is probably fine. All right, let me go get some more water to fill that out, but I think this is going to work. Once I eat the golden carrot. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. Because old country songs are totally a thing. All right. And boom. Okay. Cool. So I think this should work. So we get pushed up here. Now it will want to push the mobs to the side here, which is fine. It'll get pushed over this way. And then we'll wash down. And we'll wash down. Okay. And then over and into the dealy bob. Okay. Great. That's perfect. And so they'll end up sitting here, waiting until they're ready to get swapped, and then they're back in. Well, this is going to be a pain to do for all of these, but though this one was probably the most chaotic because of the having to work around the furnace. Okay, but we should be good to go here. Other than the fact I don't have any of the control systems in place, we're fine. Okay. All right, so that's that one, and then let's come down here. I'm going to flip that on for now. All right, and I am going to have to block this off. Right, and right, and then I'm actually, before I block this off, open please. Was that open or was that closed? Whatever it was wrong. Okay. Awesome. So I need to do the same thing we did before. I need to get our source blocks so that those are safe. Though I think they're okay because of the whole being below the ocean monument type thing. Okay. All right, and there we go. Okay, so I can drop this down. I could even potentially drop that down. Okay, actually that needs to be there. They'll push over so that they're on top of scaffolding here. Or no, they're on top of the water sources for the geyser. And then they get blasted up on top of this, and then they whoosh down where they need to go. Okie dokie. All right, well that should work out just fine. And like I said, I don't think I'm actually going to need these because I think we're at a low enough level that that's not going to be a problem. All right, nice. Okay, so again, except for the control circuits, I think we're pretty much okay. Which I like. All right, let me dump some stuff. We'll get the water and maybe make sure this all works, but so I do need a hole here so that I can kind of see. Wow. All right, yep, I need to go clean those out. So that's cool. It's my redstone box. Probably inaccessible over here. Okay, yay, got to it. Levers go there. That goes in there. I've got carpet for some reason. All right. Nice. Okay. I think the kelp farm triggered. Getting a little bit of lag here. So if you're seeing that, if where it might get a little framey here, that is in fact me. All right. Cool. So yeah, they'll wash across. And if I do this right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, if I do this right, we'll get the water here. It'll flow all the way across, and then yeah, it'll be good. It'll be really good. All right. Nice. I like it. Okay, so control circuits are a thing I'm going to have to sort out, but that's fine. And then, yeah, I'll dig this down a little bit so I can get the dispensers under it, but that should be good. It'll launch our happy little critters up and we'll be around. All right, nice. So that's good. Let's go double check our other holding cell, the one that we had water flowing into, and see if we have a guardian waiting over here. I see no guardians. All right. Perfect. Perfect. We're flowing great. Love it. Love it. Okay. All right. We're good. We are so good. Nice. All right. So we'll go ahead and close that for now. Drop off some random goodies. Signs would work the same despite them not having a hitbox. Yeah, you can't I don't think you can waterlog a sign. Maybe you can. Maybe you can, but it's all good. It's all good. Everything will wrap around and we'll be okay. So all right. I might need to add some extra blocks up here. We'll see, but that is great. Now, actually, this one. Oh, hang on. Sorry, I need to free cam where everything is. Because of where this is, where is my? Because we're coming out here. This is outside the box. I could just bubble vader that. It's a little awkward though. It'll be nicer. It'll just be easier to use the geysers, because it's a pain trying to stop flowing water in such a way that the mobs will always push through and in. That's just painful, especially when you're dealing with like a 2-block wide thing and stuff like that. It's just, no, this will work. It'll be good. All right. Ugh. All right. Well, that's one down. We've got more to go, but at least this one will work around here. And then if I come over onto this side, I think we're going to be okay too, because this is at, what is that, Y level 34? Y34 is here. So yeah, I should be able to drop down and not run into my storage system here. Yeah, it should be okay. I have to double check this slot, but I think we're going to be okay there. I think coming up right here. Yeah, we're over this slab, so coming up here, we're not going to run into the furnace at all. Okay. I think we're okay. Now, if the concern, I was thinking about your assigned comment, if your concern here is this, so I've got water sources here, one here, which is outside the guardian farm, so I won't get any guardians there. And then I've got source blocks here with these trapdoors, which again, they're trapdoors, so they take up the blocks, so nothing will spawn there. And then I don't have any other source blocks, so So yeah, we should be good. This sign is just keeping the water. It's just stopping this flow so that the mobs will come in and drop down. You know, now that I'm moaning in a very uncomfortable sort of way, I think I'm going to drop those trapdoors down. Because with them up like this, a mob could wash over this way. I mean, this water should push them away, but they could end up on top of the sign, and that would be bad. So I'm just going to... we'll just close that and make it happy. That'll ensure that anything that flows under here or flows into here will hit this water. It won't get stuck on anything and will just flow. Okay. Great. I don't want to do another one. I don't know what I was thinking, decided, you know what? We should put a swapper on all of these because that's not going to be painful. If I didn't have other things to do, I might do that off camera, but wow, what a mess I'm going to be making. All right, does this one go straight out into the ocean? It does. Okay. Yeah, I think just about all of these do. The ones on this side, I think it's like one... I think it's one block. And then we hit stuff. Yeah. There's this little gap. So really, I would just have to fill that in. Probably up almost to the planks there. Right, so that I can do the... it would actually be on this side. But... okay. Oh, all right, I need a break. I need to stop doing redstone for a while. Let's see. What am I going to do? Let's go finish up the glass that's on at the top. Because it needs to be done. It's a small task, but okay. Ow. Well, that almost worked. Okay, it's not that small a task, but it's not a difficult task, and my brain is burnt. Yeah, if a different project, we're gonna deal with some variety here. Because you're right, it's not hard. I figured out how it's gonna work, except for some of those places where I might have to work around the existing build. It's not gonna be that hard. It's just there's just a lot of stuff there. You know what? I should have brought that glass box with me. That would have made sense. All right. No, we're fine. I've got plenty of room. Somewhere. Okay. Cool. Now, the one thing that's going to be slightly annoying about this is once all of this glass is in place, I won't be able to fly out of this base anymore. Because the only ways in or out are all going to be blocked. So really the only way in and out is through the nether. You have to come up to these portals, and then I've got a portal over there on that island. Which I should probably decorate and make that kind of cool, but... so that'll be a thing. This is big. I forgot how big these windows are. Okay. so I've been having fun in Skyblock doing create mods. Goodness. And I think I finished recording episode 6. So for those of you keeping track at home, I think episode 3 just came out this last week. And yeah, I need to go through and actually edit it and make sure I'm okay, but it'll be a little bit of a shorter episode, but it'll be good. Very farm heavy episode, that one, which for a create mod is not overly surprising. Yeah, well, I'm releasing them every couple of weeks. Because it turns out it actually does take a while to get those videos done. Like this one, episode 6, it's fairly simple, but I had the same sort of problem that I had here. I had a very simple but very repetitive project. And it took a long time to do because I had to... basically, it took me a long time to get the resources I needed. So, don't worry, you've got time. So, I've got a couple of episodes banked and ready to go live when the time is right. But if I can get this episode done, episode 7 is going to be... That one's going to take me some time because I actually have to figure out a farm. Because I have not designed my own copper farm before. And so that's going to be a special breed of fun. So they're not overly difficult, I guess, but yeah, it'll be a thing. I just have to be sure I build it in a place where it doesn't break my my other farm, my other mob farm. The one I built in episode 2, you know. So the reinforcement, I'm actually going to be using the reinforcement mechanic on that one. Because they patched that out in... yeah, drowns will summon other drowns. They won't summon zombies in 26. And actually, it might have been... I don't know if it was 26.1 or if it was 21 dot something that they fixed that. Or, you know, fixed. You know, they put that patch in. But I'm on 1.20.1 where that's not the case. So they will, in fact, summon zombies. So I think what I can do is take some flavor of... Yeah, so it's all good. I mean, they would summon drowned now. Even in 26, they'll summon drowned, which is fine. It just means it's a little bit slower. But I think I've got a place where I can build it to get things started, because I do have a river biome not too far from spawn. Obviously, there's nothing in it because Skyblock, but I think I can still take advantage of it, and if I build it correctly, right? I don't know if you remember those really old school trident farms where you would basically isolate a river biome and then flood it up to a certain level so all the drowned would spawn and then go up. But it's over time, come to bottleneck instead of ramping up. Yeah. So, ooh. We're going to have to craft up some more glass. Yeah, so I think it'll be okay. I mean, like I said, we've got reinforcement mechanics, so we will get zombies. I just have to be mindful of how I build that. So, yeah, it's something to as I work through it. It's also interesting. This is actually one of the weird things about that reinforcement mechanic. Is that the zombies spawn in really weird places. Do I have some? Oh, you know what? I bet one of these boxes has. Oh no, that's terracotta. I thought I had some more glass around here somewhere. Oh yeah, there it is. You know, my system works. It does. I know what I'm doing. Alright, so I'm going to need some glass. Which, strangely enough, I don't have a lot of... well, I don't have a lot of inventory space. Actually, that's probably enough. Alright. Alright, we'll go with that. If I need more, I'd know how to get more. Okay. That's fine. We'll get it. Yeah, I just need to be sure that wherever I build it, it's in a place where I'm not going to have to worry about the about filling the mob cap and breaking my regular mob farm, because I do need that. Okay, there it is. You know, it's I have like way more bones than I will probably ever use. But definitely have more than my share of gunpowder right now, so that's awesome. Yeah, some string, which is great. Of course, you know, with wool and in create mod, I don't need spiders for string. Because create mod, if you use I think you can just use the millstone. And you can put wool in a millstone and get string. So that's handy. But that's fine. Having it just drop string is a good thing. The only thing I don't get anymore, because I've updated the farm a little bit, so I don't have to kill the mobs now. And there's a reason why I made the change. That shows up in episode 3, I think. Okay, one more stack. I was right. That's gonna be enough. But yeah, it's good. So, you know, spoilers, I'm making a lot of progress and only occasionally walking off the platform to my death. So, you know, it's a thing. All right, so while I'm still standing there. Okay, so those walls are all filled in. And I need to do some more detail around this. I just don't know what I want to do, so it's a thing, but glass is all in down at the bottom. I've now just finished those glass walls. There's a roof on top of this, so you can't actually fly in and out. So, okay. I made the farm so certain the skeleton was going to notice me. Yeah, the creeper. Yeah, the creeper. The creepers are bad. And actually what's even worse, what made that farm bad, is the creepers, if they saw me, they would blow up in the water and everything would be fine. But where things would get bad is if a skeleton saw me, tried to shoot me and hit a creeper. Because then the creeper would try to blow up the skeleton. And at that point, the creeper was often in a bad place, and that's what kept blowing up the farm. Okay, so we're now in a healthy place, which is great. So, bump. Yep. Oh, this farm is such a mess. That's okay. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do up here. Honestly, I don't. I built this up. It's like, oh yeah, we'll build these wedges and we'll have all of the pillars. And I realized I've now designed this area as an empty space. Like, it's designed so that it's big and open, and I don't know now what I want to put here. So, you know, that's a thing. I'm just not sure. I mean, something. Definitely put something. And I want to do... I don't know if I want to do anything out here, but I do like having the... I do like being able to look out through the wedges and see whatever is happening out there. Could have used some armor stand and sweeping setup. Yeah, the problem with that is I didn't have sweeping edge on my sword. And while swords have a little bit of sweeping that they'll do, without sweeping edge, the armor stand won't generate enough damage to actually hurt the mobs. And it's 1.20.1, so there are no spears. See, spears, I like spears. In this world, I have a wither skeleton farm, kinda. It doesn't work well, but it exists. And yes, I am wearing an Aw Cheese Monkeys t-shirt. Anyway, but a spear is great because you can hit the Enderman and they can't hit you because you're out of range. So they are perfect for that type of farm. And you can put looting on them. So it's fabulous for that. All right. Okay, so we got that done. Yep. All right, so cool. So we need to figure out something here. I'm thinking I might take some of the trap doors, right? Take some copper trap doors and just use those to cover the lights around the inside here. I think that would break that up nicely. Can't wait for these to change. Waiting on the copper to change. I like this ghast here. You know, I'm glad I got talked into... Sorry, that just looks weird. Glad I got talked into bringing the ghast down here. I know it was mostly my idea, but, you know, you didn't talk me out of it, so I'm going to blame chat. That does look a little bit like an alien. Just a little bit. Spears being added allowed automatic killing chambers in Java. Oh, yes. Yes, I've seen that. Yeah, Doc M77 did a thing like that. In his slime farm. Yeah, and it gets... Yeah, they get the looting enchantment on it too, even. So if it has looting, they'll get the looting drops, which is... interesting. Okay. Heck, I'm in that version of Java. I do have spears. So maybe I need to think about that for... Because I really do need to rework my wither skeleton farm. It's unreliable to say the least. Of course, it would help if I had more wither roses to keep the rest of the mobs spawning down, and if I paved the nether so nothing else would spawn, but I just need to find a better fortress to do a wither skeleton farm in. Yeah. Alright. Cool. So, let's... That should go back in my ender chest. Okay. Yeah. Frog lights go back in the ender chest. Great. Okay. Bedrock has trident killers. Oh, right. Yes, yes. So you can't farm Enderman. Yeah, because Endermen don't behave well with projectiles. Yeah. Yeah, pearls is not a problem. Heck, enders are easy. Even in Bedrock, those things are easy, so. And you're there usually getting XP anyway, so, you know, that simplifies things. Where did it go? Alright, so I want to... I don't know that I want to bring this up like this, but... We'll at least do that for the moment. Because the roof is going to be at that level. In fact... Yeah, this stone will go away. Yeah, because I'm going to be using the packed goodness there. Smooth sandstone. That's the word I'm looking for. I got there eventually. In fact, do I have smooth sandstone? Yes. All right, let's just grab some smooth sandstone and finish the roof here a little bit. That's sand, smooth sandstone. Do have to keep an eye on the clock. I'm working again tonight, and hopefully this will be the last time for a few weeks that I have to worry about it. Okay. Enders on Bedrock run terribly. Oh, smaller mob cap. Ah, okay. Okay. Portal ticking farm spot. Bypass the mob cap. Okay. Right. That makes sense. Because once you step out of the... okay. I'll go there. Yeah, because once the mob leaves the dimension, then it ends up getting... Oh, darn it. Yeah, once the mob leaves the dimension, it no longer counts in the mob cap, so all that fun. Okay. All right, so we're going to bring this out this way. Yeah, I don't know what I want to do necessarily with the rest of the walls and stuff coming out here. On the other side, I think I want to put a small furnace. I just need to think about how I want to deal with it, because there's actually a really fun option here. Are smooth sandstone stairs a thing? I don't know that they are. Oh, they are. Okay. Maybe I'll do that. I was thinking about taking a small furnace right over here and pulling in dried kelp from the same system, and I might just go boring and run hoppers all the way over this way. Even better when you light a portal is a chance for zombie piglins to spawn. Right. Light and relight a large portal to generate infinite piggies. Okay. Yeah, this is definitely looking better. So yeah, so if I were to do a... Do I have chests? I don't have chests on me. Put a few of those hay bales away. And then... Turns out, I don't have my redstone chest on me either, so that's cool. Chests. Chests. If only there were a way to craft chests. Alright. Chests. There we go. So kind of what I'm thinking is maybe right here. Okay. Oops. I want those to be connected. Okay, so maybe if I do this, let's get some furnaces. Okay. I only need 2, so just craft those up. Right. And we'll go ahead and stick them back like that. Right. I need hoppers, which I don't have on me at the moment. But then the chest to feed it would go here. And then sitting behind it, like so, would be the fuel chest. Okay. Let's go and grab a few more chests. Jeez. Chests. There we go. And I don't have iron on me at the moment, so we'll get that in a sec too. Alright, so we'd have basically this sort of setup. And then what I would want to do is... I mean, not necessarily want to do, but what I will do is run hoppers back this way. This line's a little bit of a problem, but if I run a hopper, I could run a hopper from here, I guess. That should be okay. Block placing mod should be in vanilla. Yeah, well, Bedrock has the thing where you can place the blocks in front of you, which you can't do in Java. I know there are some servers that ban Tweakaroo because it lets you do this. But, you know, and that's understandable. Alright, I'm going to need some more wood. I'm going to need some hoppers, so let's go and do that. Let's, jeez. Inventory is a mess. Always is. Alright. Chests. Alright, chests. Yeah, I get too used to it. I probably should try to not be so used to it, but... You know, it's... You get used to the weird things, and that's just all you want to use. Alright. So, basically, we're going to then run this way. Yep. And I think I want to run this down like this. All right. So this was the part where I got, see, that's going to lock, right? Those hoppers are going to lock coming across this anytime this is full, which is, turns out that's a lot. So I'm going to have to zigzag around that a little bit. Obviously I need more hoppers to do that, but that's fine. Totally do the thing. All right, so we need more chests, as hoppers, and more iron. All right, so 9, 10. Okay, that's probably enough. It's probably fine. All right. All right, so basically I need to go around this little bit of redstone. This really stupid and wonky, but it works. So yeah, we'll just go this way. And then I need to move that lever. Do I have levers on me? I don't. So hang on. Okay. Oh, all the bad things are happening. That's fine. All the bad things are happening. This is going to be good. We're going to be fine. Everything's going to be great. Okay. This is going to have to move. Okay. I did get the lever. Good, good, good. There we go. There we go. We're okay. All right. So now, technically speaking, I could do it this way, which will work a little bit nicer. Okay. Because that's just, that won't get powered by anything, so we're all right there. Okay. And then these goes here. All right. So take that out. That's going to go there. And now, I'm glad I caught that powered rail, because otherwise that would just be awkward. All right. Cool. So now, when the minecart comes across to fuel these guys, which happens periodically, it will also drop kelp into this mess. Oh, that is just so wonky. Do I want to lift it up? But no, it's fine. It's fine. We'll just do it like this. Okay. Cool. So we just bring this right across this way. Okay. Nice. So that'll keep... Okay, so let's go down this way. Yeah, so that'll keep these hoppers from ticking and looking for stuff that they don't need. All right. Nice. So that's going to be a quick and dirty furnace. It's like, why do I need a furnace? You know, this really cheesy type of furnace when I've got monster furnace over here. Simple. Sometimes I only need to smelt a couple of things, and I don't need to cook the entire universe. So we'll do it this way. Okay. And that's going to make things a little bit easier. Grab some of that. Okay. See people complain about hopper lags. Having a block stop that. So, not it does not have to be a block anymore. So, I don't know if I want to. We'll just cover that like that. Yeah. So, need to cover that. So with modern Minecraft, you don't have to put a hopper on top of it. Any solid block will work. In older versions, it had to be something that had an inventory, like a composter. Composters worked, furnaces. For a while, they were thinking droppers were better, but it ended up being just barely. Composters were a little bit happier on lag. But in modern versions of Minecraft, any solid block that you place on top of it will take care of all of those problems. Okay, let's go and just throw those in there. Oh, I picked up some kelp. What was I looking for? Oh yeah, stairs. Okay. Because you can see through up there and it looks stupid, so I'm gonna want to take care of that. So assume items giving update to block below would be better than always taking the hopper. Yeah. So yeah, ultimately, I mean that was the thing. It's like, yeah, we'll just use anything solid will work. Okay. So that'll be good. Let's go ahead and just hide the sides there. I think that's mostly good. You can still see back here a little bit, but if I do this, there, I think that'll hide that little look through there. So, all right, yeah, works great. Now, what I could do, I'd have to dig out some stuff to do it, but let's get some couple of cherry trapdoors. Okay. And what I'm going to do here, let's clean this out for a sec. Make a little room for my wide little body. Okay. Yep, so we'll just pop that down like so. Okay, and then we can put in our glass. All right, cool. And that works. So I don't have any at the moment, but the next time our kelp thing comes through, this should be, yeah, those are all enabled, so we're fine. Yeah, so the next time our minecart fills up, which should be fairly soon. Let's see, where are we at? Okay, yep, there goes the kelp farm. Yeah, so this will fill up here fairly soon. All right, we just need a couple more kelp blocks. Because I think it's, yeah, there it goes. 2.5 stacks. So it'll run across, drop off the kelp. Of course, if it heads down this way, it won't refill it, but that's okay. We're going to have a bunch of storage for this. Where did the cart go? didn't go down there. It's not here. Okay, now I'm confused. It's okay. It happens from time to time, like most streams. There really is confusion in most streams. A dried kelp block is, I think it's 20. Yeah, I think it's 20. Similar to blaze powder. Or blaze rods, excuse me. So it's not as efficient as using lava. Lava buckets, of course, will smelt like 100. Coal blocks, I think, go a bit longer. But, okay, hang on. Okay. Hand it off. Sorry, I was hoping to have watched it, and I didn't. Yeah, so kelp blocks are not the most efficient way of doing things, but it is completely self-sustaining. Yeah, goes fast. Yeah, it's completely self-sustaining, so you don't have to worry about refueling it by hand. Just like bamboo, the difference is that with kelp, yeah, the difference with kelp is you get a little bit better bulk processing. So for something like this, if you're expecting to be smelting, stuff in bulk, bamboo works, but you can get a little bit more efficiency with kelp. The one drawback is that if you're not smelting 20 things, you end up wasting some stuff. So it's a little bit of a mixed bag. Yeah, lava bucket, and you can't automatically refill a lava bucket, right? So if you're doing a large furnace array, then a lava bucket is, or a lava bucket, kelp or bamboo is definitely the way to go. It's just yeah, no dispenser interactions exactly. So, oh, okay, that went filled up the rest of the smelter, which is the whole point. That's the other thing, is so those are cooking the kelp blocks, getting refueled by the farm, but then also refueling over here. So hopefully, as this goes, it'll take it a long time, but we'll get kelp flowing through here and filling this furnace. So, yeah, so that'll be nice. It'll give me just a quick and dirty farm where I can come back here and say, you know what? I just need to smelt a stack of something or 5 or 6 of a thing. Let's not worry about something that's going to try to fire up the entire array. But okay, cool. Well, hopefully that'll do it. I'm not going to have anything stuck anywhere. Which I don't think is going to be a problem. Oh, okay. That's what I was seeing. All right. Nice. Well, I really should call it a night because I have to get ready for work. I'm seriously, the work I have to do tonight, it's going to take about 10 minutes, but it's, you're doing things on a schedule, you got to deal with the schedule. So, oh, okay. Yay. So that's definitely a thing. You're a bit torn about what to do in your world? We had a fortress farm. Okay, it generates a bunch of coal, right? Makes sense. Compacted, all that good stuff. But you don't have projects that require that much smelting. See, that's fair. That's fair. I built this because I could. I really don't have stuff that requires this much smelting either, but I've never built an array this size, so I figured, hey, what the heck, you know? It was a fun project to do, so I went with that. You know, I don't have to smelt glass. I mean, it is actually faster. If I need glass in bulk, it's faster to dig up sand and smelt it than it is to trade with my villagers. So, you know, there's that, right? But aside from that, you know, I'm sort of in the same boat. I don't have a lot of stuff where I just need to smelt that much, but you know, it's because I can. That's the reason I built the stupid furnace. It's because I could, you know? So that's the thing. Speaking of things that you could do, if you want behind the scenes access, supporter only Discord channels, all that stuff, you can become a supporter at musicfreegaming.com, just like those awesome people scrolling by. Yeah, I do a weekly newsletter where I talk about what's coming up in the week, other stuff I've got going on. It's all sorts of fun. Again, sub-only, supporter-only channels in the Discord, all that good stuff. So, you know, there's all sorts of good stuff there if you want to become a member. Next stream is going to be Saturday morning at 7:30 a.m. I will be back in Terraria. It's going to be all sorts of fun. I don't know how to send rubles over. That's fair. That is very fair. But of course, the other way, if you want to get access to at least the Discord and stuff, is to become a level 1 member on YouTube. But again, I don't know if YouTube allows any of that nonsense either. So I don't know. I'm an American. I don't have to know anything. So anyway, so I'll be playing Terraria on Saturday morning. So be sure to check that out. I'm sure I'm going to be doing something really stupid, but it's going to be fun. So we'll see how it goes. So until next time, be excellent to each other. And this is Music Free Gaming signing off.